I'm Dr. Charles Apoki. I want to talk about Igbophobia and intellectual dwarfism, intellectual Marasmus, intellectual Kwashiorkor. In Nigeria, when people want to score cheap political points, they bring hatred and bias against the Igbos to play. I was in Imo State yesterday, deep down Imo State. In the whole crowd that was there, most likely I was the only non-Igbo amongst them. And they celebrated me, took extreme good care of me. I've been friends with them since 1985. And one of the most reliable friends you can get is an Igbo man. And one of the places you can live in Nigeria as a stranger and be treated with utmost respect is in Igbo land. They respect you as a stranger. But I am amazed at how, for political expediency, the average educated Nigerian can suddenly turn to a tribalist. I schooled in Ibadan, lived in Igbora, Yete, Igangan, Lanlate, Oshogbo, been to several places. We have wonderful people there who do not have this phobia for Igbos. I've listened to Yoruba elites, northern elites, who don't have this phobia and hatred. But there are a few poorly educated tribalists that, for political expediency, they bring Igbophobia to the forefront. I was listening to a senator being analyzed by two Yoruba intellectuals, particularly the Doyin Adebowale man, very sound. So this Igbophobia is not a tribal thing, it's personal, and it's a sign of intellectual dwarfism. About a senator in the Nigerian Senate, mark that word, senator, in the Nigerian Senate, who had served in various capacities of leadership in Nigeria, who is a lawyer and schooled in a federal university far away from his state, okay, not too far away, Federal University in Edo State, University of Benin, a lawyer that must have schooled with people from other tribes in University of Benin, and then was part of NANS, Nigerian National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS. When the debate for regional governments came up, he opposed it on the floor of the Senate that if we go back to regional government, that we will have acceded to the demand of the Igbos for Biafra. I want us to look at these issues very carefully. Was there regionalism before now? Was it regionalism that led to the declaration of Biafra? No. There was regionalism. It wasn't regionalism that led to the declaration of Biafra. Number two, if regionalism would lead to the acquiescence to the demand for Biafra, so you should deprive your own people and other regions the benefits of regionalism, of regional government. The next thing is that where you come from, is there agitation for Yoruba states? Yes. I was flying to an African country about 2 weeks back, and there was an old Baba that they wheeled to the departure lounge, and he was raining curses, abuses on one Yoruba leader. Let me say the president, the current president, raining curses and abuses, saying so many things about his origin, where he comes from, where he does not come from, University of Chicago or whatever. They talked a lot of things. And he said that it is Yoruba state, Yoruba nation that they want. And that the Yoruba currency will be the Ruba. And that it will be more powerful than the Naira. The man is far, far older than I am. The next thing is that Igboho, his house was raided. I don't know if some people were killed, but his house was raided because of agitation for Yoruba nation, Oduduwa state, Yoruba nation. Very recently, and he was detained in Republic of Benin, was tried, and the federal government lost. Very recently, he has been able to come to this country. Nothing was done. Now, the next thing is that some agitants or agitators for Yoruba nation went and invaded the government house in Agodi in Ibadan, raised the Yoruba flag, went with arms. The attack was foiled. Why did you not say, Mr. Senator, that if they do that, if we go to the regional government, that the demands of the agitators for Yoruba state like Igbo will have been met? I find it difficult to understand you Igbophobic, Marasmic, and dwarf intellectuals. And you could stand in the floor of the Senate. But what amazes me is that a lot of the Igbo leaders, they might not say anything because they are so afraid of the little benefits that they benefit from being there. Joe Igbokwe, Commissioner for Canal, Drainages and Dustbin in Lagos. Anything, you were very aggressive in attacking your fellow Igbos. Now your wife went to buy rice at 100,000 per bag. You are complaining. Don't you see you are not sensible? That there's protein energy deficiency in your brain when it relates to political analysis and wisdom. Simple question. Igboho has been released. The leader of Meiti Allah that was arrested has been released. The Supreme Court set Nnamdi Kanu free. Why is he not being released? Igbophobia, unless we address it, I said this in the Nigerian Bar Association seminar that we organized, that unless we correct this imbalance of treating the Igbos as second-class citizens, as defeated foes and people we hate, this country cannot do well. We cannot have peace. Any segment of this nation should be treated with respect. I will do the video later about very dark man, Bobrisky, Femi Falana. All of you have left Bobrisky it is very dark black man that you are concentrating on. Because he's a minority like me. You will see what will happen if we continue like this. Let's help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. That's what we are singing now. The Igbos must not be oppressed, must not be demonized, must not be discriminated against. We, the minorities, must not be treated like trash in this country. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. I have a webinar coming up on the 8th and on the 9th of November. It is tagged Becoming a Person of Influence. Send a message to +234 8021219262 to be registered for the paid webinar. I have paid 14 million from your donations on behalf of Pastor It Is Well at the Zimran Medical Center in Mwetinya Street off Owasota, Benin City. And they have ordered for the materials they will use to do the surgery from overseas. Hopefully, by next week, the operations should be done. We still have a bill of 7.4 million to pay. Thank you for your donations. Send me a message on +234 7052136763, or you can pay directly into Dr. Apoki Charles 7472395013 at FCMB, First City Monument Bank. God bless you.